Hello everybody, it is MattyIce once again, bringing you another Mario Superstar Baseball video. This one's going to be a tutorial, but it's going to be an advanced tutorial. This tutorial is for the big boys that, you got the fundamentals down, you think you're pretty good, your game's pretty well-rounded, but you want to step it up a bit. You want to become a top-tier player. And that's what this tutorial is going to be, because this is going to be the MattyIce SolarFlare Star Swing, aka the Slice Swing, which I will be referring to it from now on. And that is, if you do a star swing on the last couple frames, or the first 2 frames of your swing, then the ball will go down the center of the field every time for a hit. Now, there is one exception, and that is the line drive star swing characters like Green Paratroopa, Magikoopa, you know the rest. This does not work for them. This only works for Captain Star Swings, Ground Ball Star Swings, and Pop Fly Star Swings. In my opinion, I think Pop Fly Star Swings benefit the least out of this. But I'm going to show things off first with Birdo, because Birdo's the one Captain Star Swing character that's super volatile. It's either going to be a great reward for you, or it's going to be a double play and really burn you. But if you're able to hit it down the middle every time, the Birdo Egg's never going to get caught, and that just makes Birdo's value that much better. So we're going to start off on the pitching machine here. Yeah, I did it too early there. But you want to swing pretty much as late as possible. So I'll actually do a couple more early swings again. Because see how slow the Captain logo comes up for the star swing? I'll do it again just so you can see how slow it is. You can tell just the swing is super drawn out. The logo shows up late. I actually think I might have gone it there, but it didn't feel like it to me. So I'll do one more early. That right there. Okay, maybe that was the first 2 frames. Because I honestly haven't been practicing on the first 2 frames. I only do it on the last 2 frames because I think that's easier. But you all can see, if you just do a normal swing right here, the logo comes up super slow, and the ball will not go down the middle. So now I'm going to try to go for as late as possible. That right there, I got it. See how quick the logo came up? That's how you know you're going to hit it down the center every time. Now, I personally have only been practicing doing this on the last couple frames because I think it's easier to react late than to react early. So that right there, that got it again. And there are differences on this. So the better contact you make, the deeper the ball will go when you do the swing. So I didn't get it right there. I thought I had it there. So I'm going to try to do one very good contact one right here. That should do it. No, really? I was late again? Or I was early again, I guess. I did it again too early. The game kind of skipped a frame on me on that one. And got it right there. So see how that ball landed in the outfield grass? Now, if you get super jammed, like I'll show you all right here. Ooh, I was just a bit too late. The ball will go a lot shallower and get hit a lot slower, / like kind of vice versa kind of thing, depending on where you make contact on the star swing. Got it right there. So see how shallow that ball goes? That went just past the second base and landed on the infield dirt. So I'll try to do a couple more. Bit too late on that. It is very hard to do, but if you all can practice this and master the timing, it can be extremely beneficial. I'll just try to get one more at Birdo and then move on to a different character. Got it right there. So that's it for Birdo. As you can see, if it goes down the middle, that's just amazing value for you with Birdo. So next I'm going to go DK, who has arguably basically the top 2 Captain Star Swingers. Got it right there. DK, see how fast that DK animation came up? In my opinion, I think it's easiest to do this with DK. I don't know, something about his swing just makes it super consistent to try to go for. I guess it's just I have a really good feel for the timing of his swing. I say that as I miss 2 pitches late right in a row. Got it again right there. And that's just such a good banana. It's uncatchable. That's going to clear the bases pretty much every time. Got it again right there. But see how much shallower this one went? I jammed myself more on that one. So the amount of contact you get on it does affect the star swing. Again, I'm pretty consistent with DK. And I think it can be worthwhile to get good with DK. His isn't as unforgiving in terms of if you just do a normal swing, his will land more than Birdo's. But hey, if you can master with DK and get it down the center every time, I mean, it's gonna give you just as good as value as Bird. So as you can see, another great one with DK. And that's all I'm gonna show you for DK. Next, we're gonna move on to a Pop Fly Star Swinger, so we're gonna use Righty Shy Guy. Now, I personally don't think this is as good with the Pop Fly Star Swingers, because obviously if it goes down the center, then the center fielder's probably gonna catch it. Unless you get super jammed contact like you'd normally want to with these Pop Fly Star Swings. So right there, way into deep center, that one's probably going to get caught. So we'll try to get jammed a bit here. That was a bit late on that. Shy Guy's swing does feel a little bit slower than DK's. Right, that right there, got it right there, went right down the middle. And that was a bit shallower. I think a good center fielder still kind of catches that. So that's why I don't think this swing is necessarily as good. Got it again right there. That one was more shallow. No one's catching that one. So that's just some examples of Shy Guy. Or any other Pop Fly Star Swinger. But I think what kind of makes this interesting is that, how about a character like Toadette? Because her slap hit is pretty bad, but if you can use a 1-star to get a consistent single every time, that's honestly not that bad. So we're going to go for it right here with Toadette. It was a bit early on that one. A bit early again. Again, I think it's a lot easier to do this with the Captain Star Swings. Haven't practiced too much with the normal 1-star swingers yet. So I'm trying to get at least one with Toadette. I'm surprised I'm early. I feel like I'm swinging at the right time, but I guess I gotta swing a little later. Alright, I'm like 0 for 5 with Toadette. Let's try to get really jammed here. There we go, right there. So that one went right down the middle, and that was super jammed. So we'll try to do normal contact on this one. Game kind of skipped a frame on me on that one. I do think it's easier to get this star swing. Like, right there, got it with Toadette on normal contact. So you can see that ball went a lot farther than when I got jammed on this one. So I'll try to do a couple more Toadette, and then I'm going to move on to actual normal pitching where I'll have Luigi pitch to me and free batting and free base running. I just want to show just on the normal pitching machine how the basics of this works, as I'm failing horrendously with Toadette here. All right, I'm just gonna get one more Toadette, and then I'm gonna call it a day for the pitching machine. All right, there we go, right there. So again, last couple frames, it is very strict and precise, but I've been going for it a bit in my net play games, and it's giving me wonders, honestly, in terms of value. So now we're gonna go to batting and base running. So we're gonna start things off with Luigi, because I honestly feel like Luigi doesn't benefit from this as much as I thought he would. Because if you hit it down the middle, you think it would go right back to the pitcher and it'd burn him. But when I've been practicing this earlier, his fireball kind of goes past the pitcher, and if it's hit weak enough, if you get super jammed, the middle infield has time to field it and possibly get a double play since it's going right over the second base. So we'll do things with Luigi first to show you all what I mean. Mario's going to be pitching to us. That one was not a hittable pitch. Thanks, Mario. That one was my fault. I swung way too late. Got it right there. See how fast that went? And it just went right through Mario. Now, I'm not sure if a better second baseman's able to field that one. That one was probably still single because the contact was still good enough. That one I was too late again. And I was late on that one. One thing I do want to show is if you hold the R button to a charge swing with no stars. Okay, I missed the contact on that, but you basically don't get a yellow trail on your hit, which I think is pretty interesting. I'll do a couple more with Luigi on regular pitching. That one I was just a bit too late. That one I was way too early, but that's also what you kind of want to do with Luigi's Star Swing. Hit it right to that third baseman, and it's going to be a single every time. I was a bit too jammed in. And I was a bit too late on that one. Yeah, I'm really struggling here with Luigi. I got it right there. So you can tell I got it there because the animation showed up so fast and it went right down the middle. So that's it for Luigi. Obviously it still works, but if you do get jammed too much, it will be an out. Now here's one I really want to show you that's interesting. How about Diddy Kong? You know, Diddy Kong's banana ball really lost in the air too long. But if it goes down the center every time, it's gonna be a double, sometimes a triple, depending on how bad the other team's outfield is. So I'm gonna show you all how Diddy Kong's works right here, and you all will just be able to see. Bit too late on that one. Got it right there. Goes right down the middle and nice into that left center field gap. And that's pretty much just as good as DK's. I'm going to go for a triple here. I'm going to get it. So, and you know, Yoshi will be in left field a lot of the times. He doesn't have a very good arm. So maybe Diddy Kong can stretch that to a triple a good bit of the time. And it begs the question, got it again right there. Makes you wonder, is Captain Diddy Kong worth it? You know, if you're using a 1-star on Diddy Kong, and it's this consistent as long as you master the timing, that just gives tremendous value to Diddy Kong. If you're getting a guaranteed double every time, and unfortunately I'm out of stars here, so just going to go for a swing like that. And that right there, that should have had yellow charge on it, but because I had 0 stars, it doesn't do a yellow charge, which I just figured out when practicing today, so that's been interesting. But yeah, Diddy Kong value super good. I was a bit too early on that one. Again, it's super advanced. You gotta put in a lot of time to practice this. Got it right there. You can tell because the animation showed up super fast. And I mean, look at that. Like, that's just absurd. And that's going to be a triple again for Diddy Kong. Again, maybe better fielders, better players. You know, they're dashing to the ball. They throw to the right base. That was a bit too early. But it just makes you wonder, you know, Captain Diddy Kong, that was something that was kind of trendy back then. But hey, if you get a guaranteed double every time with Captain Diddy, it might be worth to make him captain. As long as you master the tech. Again, got it again right there. Went right down the middle. And it curves right to that left center field gap. And that's going to be a triple. That one was actually a really nasty banana. Alright, so that's all I'm going to show for Diddy Kong. Now, here's another character I want to show where this benefits is... How about Bowser Jr.? You know, his bullet ball? A lot of times it gets complained because, hey, you know, Birdo can suck it up and negates the effects. But if it's going down the middle every time, it's uncatchable. And if you don't have a super catch character in center field like Toadsworth, then it's going to push the fielder back. Got it right there. See how the animation showed up super late? And Shy Guy gets pushed back all the way that far. So if you have a runner on second and third, that's a 2 RBI single every time. Like, it's that good. That one was a bit outside, didn't want to swing. Again, Luigi, give me a pitch to hit, my man. Ah, curved it outside. I was just a bit too late on that one. Got it again right there. Oh, I didn't get it right there. I thought the animation showed up in time. Bit outside. We got a full count. And got it right there. It goes right down the middle. That's super good contact. I might be able to stretch this to a double. Because that contact was so good. Shy Guy. Yeah, Bowser Jr. beat it out. And again, I kind of like doing this in the practice mode. Because, you know, with how high in the meta Shy Guy's rise. Got it again right there. Shy Guy's going to be seeing a lot of center field. And as you can see right there, that was a 2 RBI single. You know, the runner from second base scored because Shy Guy doesn't have super catch. If your opponent doesn't have Toadsworth in center field, that's going to be a 2 RBI single every time because they get pushed back. So, I think it just kind of... I don't think this is enough to make Bowser Jr. your captain necessarily. I just think Diddy Kong's... I could see Diddy Kong being your captain because a double is way more valuable than a single, which is pretty much what you're going to get every time with Bowser Jr. That one was actually a nasty bullet. I'm going to get a double out of that. Because again, as I said earlier, I made super good contact on that. So the bullet went farther. And that basically means it's going to have more hit stun when the fielder fields it. I was out of stars there. Again, no yellow trail. There should have been yellow trail there. But yeah, I've been getting it pretty consistently with Bowser Jr. I think it's just some characters have very similar animation swing timings. So it's just something you got to get used to. That was, again, got it right there. So, honestly, I could see this worth going for 2 stars on a Bowser Jr. Bullet swing. If it's going to get you a 2 RBI single every time, get you on base, got it again right there. Yeah, so Bowser Jr. has been very consistent for me in my practice. And that sets up first and third at least, so... Yeah, it just goes to show some nice value with both Bowser Jr. and Diddy Kong potentially. Did my Rio freeze? Why can't I move? My Rio! Okay, well, guess gotta close Rio. It just froze on me. We'll open it back up, though. First time I've had Rio freeze on me like that. But, yeah. I think that just goes to show the value of these sort of swings. Now, I'm gonna show this with, Toadette once again. Because, you know, you're gonna draft Toadette a lot. And, if she can get a nice swing here... And hey, from my experience, if you hit it down the center, it's going to be a 2 RBI single, if you really think about it. If you have runners on second and third, got it right there. Went right down the middle. That's a single every time, every day of the week. So we're going to try to keep doing it here. Got it again right there. Swung at the last frame. And that's going to move Toad to third. Like, that was a first to third swing right there. Got it again right there. That's 3 times in a row. I'm telling you all, you can get very consistent with this. And I'll just keep doing it with Toadette for a bit. Luigi trying to pick me off. Got it again right there. That's 4 in a row. And Toadette, and Toad all the way from second base, that's gonna score. So, and most of the time, you're gonna have pretty bad arms in center field. It's where that's going to be a 2 RBI single every time if you have runners on second and third. And hey, if you got 1 star, I think it's definitely worth it to go for with Toadette. If you got the timing down pat, that's a guaranteed 2 RBI single every time. Again, got it again right there. So I'll kind of do this with other characters to show why it's not as good. So obviously you would never do it, but actually, I'll do it with Daisy, since she's actually somewhat of a viable character. Or at least her star swing kind of maybe is. So obviously, this does work for the Captain Star swings, but Daisy's, hers is going to go down the middle every time. And that's not necessarily what you want, because that's going to go right to the center fielder. And I got it right there. And obviously, a normal player is probably going to catch that. The AI is kind of programmed to kind of mess around and sort of dodge the ball, kind of. I think I was a bit too early. Yep. So yeah, that one flower ball right there kind of showed that. Not really good, because that should be it. Nope, I was a bit too early. So I'll try to do one more Daisy. And got it right there. So yeah, obviously a normal fielder is going to catch that. So yeah, that pretty much just goes to show how valuable this swing can be. I'll try to do some with Shy Guy, Righty Shy Guy, to show that you kind of really have to jam yourself in order for a center fielder to not catch it. Bit too late. And that right there, that was the last frame again. And it went right to the center fielder. That was the normal contact, so that's not gonna get, that's pretty much gonna get caught every time. Got it again right there. Once again, very good contact. So yeah, you really have to keep yourself jammed. And honestly, with the characters like this, I would just recommend going for the normal Forbidden Tech, to where you kind of just swing jammed and it'll land. So I don't recommend going for the slice swing, because if it's going to go down the center fielder has a good chance of catching it. Once again, got it again right there. Too good at contact, so... In my opinion, I think you should really only go for the slice swing. With the good Captain Star characters like Birdo, DK, Diddy Kong, Bowser Jr. I'll do some with Yoshi, because there is a downside doing this with Yoshi, and that is if you get jammed too hard, the pitcher's going to catch it. Now, that right there was good contact, so that one went deeper. But if you get super jammed on the slice swing, then it's going to get caught. That should be it. See, like right there, that's where it's not worth going for the slice swing with a character like Yoshi. Because if you get too jammed, it's just going to be a caught to the pitcher. So I don't think it's worth it in that situation. We'll do some with Mario. Show you how Mario's works. Again, it's pretty much all the same. Just kind of got to get used to the different swing animations, figure out the timing. Just got to swing out either those first 2 frames or the last 2 frames. I personally, once again, recommend last 2 frames of the swing. That should be it right there, right down the middle. And, like, look how good that swing is. If you can get a Mario Fireball down the middle every time, like, that's pretty dang good, too. Especially because, you know, you're able to avoid the second base and shortstop. Got it again right there. Talking too fast because that's just how excited I am to showcase this advanced slice swing tech. And got it again right there. So yeah, this is something that, as you can see, I kind of struggled towards the beginning, but as of recently with a bunch of different characters, I've been starting to get it very consistently. Got it again right there. So yeah, you can definitely kind of warm yourself up with this. And if you're good enough against the other person that's pitching against you, you can kind of sort of line up their timing on the pitch and get this every time. Got it again right there. So yeah, I think that kind of shows how consistent you can get with this. So I'll go ahead and I'll try to show you all the 1-star swing why it doesn't work. So I'll just use Magic Koopa here. And I'll try swinging as late as possible. That one that was not a hittable pitch. And I'm pretty sure that was the timing right there, but for some reason the line drive star swing just kind of take the same trajectory. I'll try to keep going for it though. Like that right there, that probably would have been it, but it just doesn't work for the 1-star swings. Or for the line drive star swings, my bad. So, overall, what my opinions on the slice swing is, again, big shouts to SolarFlare for doing this in the lab himself, tasking it out, and figuring out what characters this works with to affirm my suspicion. I don't think it's worth doing with the Pop Fly Star swings. I think this can give value to a character like Toadette, because you draft her for defense only. But if you're in a big rally situation where you have a couple runners on with Toadette, and if you're confident enough with this swing, you can drive in at least 2 runs if they're on second base, because of how, like, fast the ball goes to get out of the infield and kind of slows down in center field. Unless your opponent has laser, then you're probably getting a 2 RBI single every time. And a guaranteed hit with Toadette, which just makes the value even better. Now, for characters like Donkey Kong and Birdo, just makes their star swings even more amazing, because it's going down the center every time. But for a character like Yoshi, you know, if you get too jammed, it can get caught by the pitcher, which another reason why Yoshi's egg might be trending down a little bit. But mainly in particular, I think this affects Bowser Jr. and especially Diddy Kong the most. I think Diddy Kong is honestly a consideration to be a viable captain once again, just because of this star swing tech again. This is very advanced. It's borderline frame perfect, pretty much is. And it is very risky to go for it. You have to have very high execution. But if you're trying to look to step up your game, become an even bigger threat to your opponent, I do think it is very worth trying to learn this tech, getting very good with it. So that's pretty much it for this video. Just want to show you all how consistent this star swing can get, or the slice swing can get if you practice it. Big shout outs to SolarFlare once again for kind of teamed up. I kind of brought up the idea, he grinded it out. It's been discovered this has been known for a few months, but doesn't really get talked about too much within the community or in games, and a lot of times when it does happen in a game, it's accidental. But I think it's something you can go for on purpose if you're very good enough, and you can reap a lot of rewards from it. So that'll do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoy this advanced slice swing tutorial, and I'll see you all another time for another video.